Hey guys, today with the topic, should you date during no contact? And once again the clear answer to that, it depends. There are two possibilities why you could watch the video. Either you want to date again and are worried that it might push your ex further away from you, or you still see the whole thing as too much of a tactic and think that might make your ex want to be with you again. Well, or you all watch my videos, then thanks at that point. But let's start with point number 2 this time. You want your ex back and you think that's a way that can work. I understand the thought process behind that and it's not too far from the truth. You want your ex to see you as valuable enough to consider you as a partner again. For this you use her fear of losing you forever and show her that other people are also very interested in you. Other people who may be fierce from the outside attractiveness level and who trigger in them the thought that you can have better than them in the dating market. And now before this all sounds too good for you and you really consider this. Yes, she might think that, but the plan has a catch. Well, a pretty hefty one, and actually several. But first, the most obvious one, the appearance of the date and the inferiority complex you want to achieve in your ex. If that's really your goal, you want to make her realize that you can get better than her. To you I would say, then just get a better one and don't pretend. To her emotional state, yes, maybe it will be a thought from her at first, but it is a negative feeling. Not one that symbolizes eye level, but one that shows how far apart you actually are, and women are masters at seeing little flaws in other people. Especially in their own sex, so the feeling will probably turn into scorn pretty quickly and she'll think to herself something like, whoa, she's skinny as a rail. Or, that one's nose is funny. And that's it again with the feeling, and she stands where she stood before. Then your attempt itself. The more you peddle the new girl, the more it comes across to others as if it's just a tactic. If you suddenly have completely new habits, like constantly posting couple pictures, which you never did with her, then it's also pretty obvious what you're up to and will only trigger a defiant reaction in her. So the opposite of what you want. And do you think she left you because she doesn't find you attractive anymore? In 90% of the cases it is not so, and the exterior is mostly not the problem, but your behavior and her attraction to you. This keeps her away from you, and either you haven't changed anything or she stays at a distance and doesn't find out that you have changed something. Because you have someone now. But at the latest, if your plan would work out, she might be happy at the beginning not to have lost you, but she would realize pretty quickly what you intended to do with it and that you haven't changed. And then everything is the same again. Don't tell me that you have changed. It takes a lot of time and work, and if you had time to plan, date and observe your ex, there is not enough room for such changes in my eyes. Working on you is the most important thing during no contact. These are all reasons from your ex's point of view not to date during no contact, but what about you? Are you ready for it? If you think that she will come right back and you had an eye on her all the time during no contact, then I don't think so. Even if something would develop from the date, it would have always started with this thought, and inside you know yourself that the reason why you do something is crucial in the execution. It decides how needy you will act in the end. Towards the new one and towards your ex. How quickly are you ready to just drop the whole thing, and also your own attitude towards the relationship with the new one? Do you really want to do that just to create a 50-50 chance with your ex? Because that's how I see it. Fear can come into play, and maybe she has the thought of wanting to see you, yes. But maybe she gets pissed off, or worse. She reacts relieved. She might think, you have someone again, then she can finally start, if she has protected you from it a bit. Or even she must start dating because you were faster. Either way, that's not really the outcome you want with her. And you yourself might lose out in a new relationship as a result. But what if you now say, I've been in no contact for a long time now, I don't think about her as much as I did in the beginning, I've worked on myself and improved on many levels. Actually, I'm ready for meeting someone new. That's exactly where you're supposed to get to, in my opinion. That's where you have to get to. First, if she should come back, don't act like you are only dependent on her, because you really do have relationship options. Valuable options that really show your value, but also show you what you had with her and what needs to be changed if you want to take her back. And secondly, because then you will finally be at peace with yourself and other people will no longer compliment you, but only expand your happiness. And in order to achieve this, you usually need a little time for yourself in no contact. Because your grief and your life shortly after the breakup would cast a shadow on any relationship you try to enter. You too can accidentally get a rebound, like your ex just got a rebound. But these relationships are either almost exactly like the ex but don't get to them, or they are the complete opposite in basics and you don't pay attention to the rest with them at first. They work out very, very rarely, and the pain of separation is only pushed further out. It will then come. But if you are really sure and say that you are ready to date again, then don't force yourself. It is usually not a process in which you find the partner for life within a week. Try out, this will also strengthen your self-confidence again. However, keep your habits the same on the outside, as it feels and has felt good to you. Depending on how quickly you do this after the breakup, your ex may think you are using this as a tactic. Prove her wrong or don't care, then it won't look that way to the outside world. Always stay in your frame and don't lean out of it for other people. Do it when you mean it. If you can see the other person as such. As an individual that is being tested for how well it fits you. And not to make your ex jealous or to replace her. With this you will shoot yourself in the knee in every respect. Take care and see you in the next video.